Hello everyone, welcome to my video of my sort of newly acquired Miele Novotronic toy washing machine. I got this actually at, I think it was sort of October half term. Let me just adjust myself. I had one as a child, I must have been about, say, I must have been about 6 years old at the time. No, younger than that. I was about 5. And the seal around the door like tore apart. The pipe got clogged because I was always putting detergent in it as a child. But that got thrown away, and then I bought the ELC one, the Early Learning Centre one, which was the silver one, which was labelled as a Softronic. But there were variations of this known as a Softronic one, and it had the honeycomb logo there. This one, I think, is one of the first ones made. On the back, it says 2001 Theo Klein, so this is a 2001 model. The Early Learning Centre was 2005 or 6 it was, and that was much slower. Still, that would have been nice to have had that one as well, and they made a new one, the W4146, which is the more common one that people have. This one has got the, as Miele called it, the comfort line fascia. And they were all made like this. So, I mean, this one on the control panel, as I'll show you, because I'm going to be doing a demonstration of this today. And yes, it's resting on top of my spin dryer. I don't know if it'll show up on camera right. Just about there. This one only, it does, obviously it's like, we'll have a look at the control panel. I'm sort of doing this very similar to how Roger does his videos. Because, this is something I've wanted for a long time. So as you can see, mine just says Miele Novotronic, or Novotronic, however so I say Novotronic, and waterproof system, what WPS means. You got the delay, well that's obviously was supposed to be your time to end, but it just says 24 hour. Then you got the 4 functions, it's water in, wash action, drain or pump out, and final spin. And this does it automatically, but you have to press this button first, and that's the door release button. Timer knob has, as everyone knows, it has no effect or no influence on the actual cycle of the machine. The difference, there's a lot of differences with this to other machines. I mean, obviously this does, so your variable spin, which I wish it did work, but it's just for show, 400, 600, 900, 1200, 1400 and 1600 RPM. But for some reason I remember a version I had saying 1800 on there, because this is styled like the 1800 version. There's a lot more differences between this and other machines. Well, the ELC one did not have this. This is your water level indicator. Instead of the water going directly into the drum, it goes into here, and when you press fill, it actually has like a jet system, like a Zanussi jet system. Well, it's meant to feel like an actual Miele machine, and it sprays water onto the clothes, and then actually while you're washing it pumps water in, and then after you stop washing it goes back out into this. So it's good because, say for example, if you ever need to open the door, it doesn't spill out. You don't have to drain the water. You can keep the water in action and keep reusing it. So I use it like a suds return. Okay, well, you might have noticed mine is very yellowed in colour. It is actually yellow. Obviously I think it's come from a smoker's home. Look at the side. You can see, yes, it's just like the real thing. Pull out the spring sort of loaded drawer. It's quite squeaky. Now on the back, when I got this was corroded like crazy. You might be able to see actually if I move these, where the Theo Klein logo is supposed to be, there's some battery acid that I have not been able to remove. The inside of the battery casing was absolutely caked in battery acid. The three batteries it's been sent would have been leaking. But obviously what I did to, I opened it up because it was spinning very slowly. Obviously some of these machines are quite slow, but it was very slow. It couldn't even turn itself empty full of water. So what I did, I opened all these screws, and I found out, hang on, let me get it here, I've still got it actually. This is basically the drive belt from it. It's a rubber band, but it's a specialised sort of rubber band. But I think any rubber band will drive it just as good. There was actually 2 pulleys in there. There was one pulley here, you got the motor sort of there, and then the drum. The reason was the motor was spinning this pulley, which was spinning the actual drum. What I did was I removed the part of, this was the band that was on the drum part. I removed that off and pulled the other pulley over that, and this thing spins twice as fast now. I also put some Kodak batteries in it, so, because the Panasonic batteries are, I'll show you which ones I was using for it. I was using these. They drained within like the first day of playing with it, because obviously, you know, toy washing machines require quite a lot. So there's your speaker, where your sound effects come out. Your drain pipe's probably still got a bit of water in it. This machine has developed quite a bit of a leak though. I think due to its age, it's a bit of a leak. Same thing on this side, no drawer though. Back to the front, I've got a bit of toy laundry here. I've made sure I do a light load so I can show the machine spinning at, you know, full speed. This is something I pulled off an old iPad case and a cleansing facial wipe. I'll explain some more differences as I go along. Okay, so we'll just load this up. Obviously, you shouldn't be mixing whites and darks, so you guys can tell me off for that. Actually, I'll put the they're all going to get mixed around anyway, but I'll put that in first. There's not many people on YouTube who have this version, so this is why I wanted this one, but I'm hoping to get the new one. Right, so I'll just put the water in now, and I'll focus in on that. That has got some water still, a little bit of water remaining in there still from when I last used it. And I'm using a Comfort Creations bottle. Apologies for that. I've got a draining bit at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'll just pour some of this in just to get rid of it. It does gurgle a bit and sometimes water comes out the back. Excuse me. Water does come out the back. So what you do, just fill it up. Let's see whereabouts we are. We're about there, just below minimum. You're supposed to fill it between the 2 lines. I normally just fill it below minimum. Because sometimes when you go and put too much water in this, it can't actually turn. I feel it's a max, there we are. Normally what I do is I'm a bit naughty when I use this. I use some old shower gel, or like body wash, just to get a bit of foam inside, get a bit of foam going inside it. Okay. What I'll do is I'll drive in a bit closer so we can actually see the entire thing. Right. Now, okay, so we'll select the cycle. What should we do? Well, on a Miele, it'd be an automatic cycle, but this has got sort of the old layout. These 3 dots at the bottom, I believe, are actually where like you'd have, because this, as I said, is the old layout before they bought the W500 series, I think. Like my one, obviously, has got drain and spin, and it's got separate rinse and starch, but these ones had starch, separate rinse, and then they had spin, or I think it was, they're separate rinse they had. So we'll just use this one on 60 degrees cottons, because, you know, mixed fabrics. Oh, let's do the easy care cycle. No, let's leave it on that. Okay. I used to have the AEG one as well, that was from Germany, that obviously, that was quite fast, that one. Anyway, to switch it on. What I'll do, we'll do an automatic cycle first, and then I'll go through each and every, you know, cycle by itself. Here we go. So you can see the water jetting down, and you're getting a bit of a water level building. Hopefully it should turn. It's going to struggle a bit. Yeah, there we are, I told you. It can't handle a full load, which is a shame. So what I tend to do is just advance it. There you are, that's what it should be doing. Now there's a difference you can see with this one in comparison to a lot of the other ones. This just does it anti-clockwise for one go. Normally what the other one does, it does each turn for about 4 seconds and then it goes the other way. just what I wish this one did. I think the one that did that was the one with the honeycomb, or the Softronic one. But the one I had when I was little was the Novotronic one. There's obviously a bit of foam in there still. I think that's what's causing it to slow down a bit. But you can see, look, so that just goes continuously in one direction. Zoom in a bit, you can actually see what it's doing. It's whipping up some good suds. I'll let it just do that one more time. Apologies, I can't do the full cycle. Gosh, where has all that come from? Okay, I suppose we get a good wash then. Yeah, it's actually tumbling now, and it probably will struggle. You can hear the sound effects as well. Now, my favourite sound effect was always this one. So I'll actually drain the water out whilst I'm doing it. But you won't see the water draining because it's kept in there. As you can see, when it goes back in, it washes the foam back in, which is a bit of a disadvantage, but oh well. My favourite was this one, the pump out. I've always loved the sound effect it makes. I've got a nice... I'll just pick the bowl up anyway to drain it into, because it's going to make a mess on my carpet otherwise. So it just makes the sound of it actually pumping out. So I'll just drain it down here, just so it doesn't make too much noise. The water is actually quite foamy, which I'm thinking is quite bad. I mean, I know where the foam's coming from. I've actually put soap inside it. I wasn't meant to do that really, but anyway, I'm not going to do a rinse and everything. We'll just leave it like this. Now, I'm not sure if we'll go at full speed here, so I'm going to put on to spin. It wobbles a bit. Unbalanced. If you can hear that in the background, it's the chugging sound. That's how it goes. Obviously, sometimes when I'm lucky, I can get some more water out after it's spun. When I first put the new batteries in, I managed to get it to do about 750 RPM, because this thing was like, it was going like that. It was... Now, obviously, the kind of fault I've had with mine, this stopped working for a bit. So I checked it, the battery springs have corroded quite badly. So, you know, there's snaps and everything, but it still works. What I had to do was open this up. I've opened this up multiple times, you know, checking that it's alright. And I had to fix the little metal plate, the conductor plate behind the door switch. This resulted in that permanently becoming, well, not permanently, but like it's now, rather than disconnecting like that, it's now just gone like that. So this technically does actually work with the door open. And I can't seem to fix that. As you can see, this load is very foamy, but it'll be very clean. I tell you what, because I've done my first video of it, I want to do a rinse. Okay, well, I'll put on a rinse cycle just for you guys. Just because I love you all. In that good way, you know. I know I'm one of the only people with this machine, so... Whoops, what did I forget to do? Forgot to put that open. So you guys will have to be my spectators on this, because I can't see what it's... I'm only guessing by how much time it normally takes me to pour it. Well, we are just below minimum. So if I do a rinse cycle, I can open... What I'll do is I won't fill it with as much water as intended. Then that way then, it should be able to tumble it. Okay, stop. I won't fill it more than that. Don't know if anyone else with this machine has got a troublesome drawer. My drawer never seems to want to shut. Look. I've got to sort of argue with it a bit. I think it's tilted forward a bit. No, it's not. Right. What we'll do is I'll see if I can get it from another angle, actually. I quite like having it... Excuse me, messing my bedding. It's been done in my bedroom. Right. It's not going to work. There's no way it's going to tumble it. Am I wrong? There you are, see that's it actually tumbling and washing. Or rinse. Really always loved, I used to keep clicking that button all the time. There's a little spin. It's quite unbalanced, it's shaking the entire spin dryer. If I can balance that load out, yeah, it's this heavy tissue that's causing it. If I can push that at the back, I can get this to do quite a bit of speed. There we are. And that's your washing all clean by a Miele. In comparison to, yeah, that has actually extracted some of the water. Just need a toy spin dryer now. I'm not so, well, I'm going to obviously keep playing with this while the video's uploading, so. But yeah, it's a nifty little machine, and I got it for $17.50. I'll just do a round view of it.